Go.
Yeah, it's set to on. I don't get it. Oh well. We're taking another trip in the Kerr.
Silver Bullet, man.
On the Silver Bullet, we're going to.
Tell us if Derek is here too.
Yep. Derek.
Tell us if Derek here.
Derek.
Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Subscribe to this guy. I'm gonna put his links in my next video.
I think I'm probably the only person that watches my videos. I'm my biggest fan.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm gonna get you like 10 subscribers.
We're going to Little Caesars
On Lemon Night.
to get pizza.
7 did look at that license plate. Oh wait, no, we don't. No.
Yeah, we can't do that.
I think you can.
Illegal. I'm gonna call the cops on myself.
I'm calling sheriff. So we're here in sunny Riverside again. Well, Rubidoux.
It's not sunny right now. It's
Jurupa
actually
Valley.
dark.
Jurupa.
Is that? Yeah, you can see the moon up there.
Yeah, there's the moon. Big thing in the sky. You ever look up at the moon and think how many people are looking at it when you're looking at it?
No,
Probably
I
a
don't.
lot.
That's some deep shit, bro.
That's some stuff you need to go on the internet.
So,
Internet.
anyway, I was doing a lot of thinking earlier today about politics and religion, and one of my number one biggest issue with religion and politics, and I think I had this conversation with somebody the other night.
I think me.
I think I did. I think it was you.
Yeah. Who knows?
Like, one of my biggest hang-ups is, okay, here's like my number one hang-up with religion. And I don't, anybody that I talk religion with, here, we'll take 34th, so we can cut this corner, isn't that, like, I don't want a person to feel comfortable sharing their religious preferences or anything like that, because that's your freedom, you know?
Yeah.
But I have to admit, one of my number one fears with religion is how people, like, Christians argue with Catholics, Catholics argue with Christians, and I guess my number one problem with that is Christians, they think they're better than Catholics, and Catholics think they're better than Christians.
Yeah.
But, and it's like the Mormons. The Mormons say that they're the true church.
That's bullshit.
How can your church be more true than another church? And then you've got the...
Have you read the Mormon Bible, dude?
I've read almost the whole thing. I never finished it.
It was, I read a tad bit of it, like 30 pages. I thought it was just bullshit.
I'm on a commercial break right now with that. But I guess my problem with Mormons are they're so judgmental, and
Yeah.
they're kind of like the Muslims in a way, where the Muslims, they want you to convert, and they feel that infidel is someone who's not of, they don't necessarily have to be Arabic, because not all Arabics are Muslim, but I don't know. Anyway, enough of that shit. And when it comes to politics, politics is a lot like religion. When it comes to politics and religion together, okay? Like, you could be talking to somebody about your favorite football team and have an argument. Oh, my team, they have the best quarterback in the league. Or my team, you know, they've lost X amount of games and whatnot. But when you go and like, you could be best friends with this person, but the minute that you bring up your political views
And your religious.
views, oh man, you talk about the claws coming out.
Like, all the people I've met, all the people I've met currently in Riverside,
Yeah.
I've shared my beliefs, and they could care less. Only a couple people like my really good friend,
All right.
my friend Brandon.
Let me tell you this much, all right? And this is my belief, all right? I lost faith many years ago. Why did I lose faith? Because everybody that I've become close to,
has died.
they die.
Like Rob for an example.
Rob.
On Order Sandwiches, I talk about there's a new blog coming out on that subject. Check it out. I think it's releasing on
Like
Monday. Yeah. Continue.
everyone that I become close to, they die. And I look at the news, and I look at the world. I see the world for what it's worth, and I know that right now, just right now, this second, when I'm talking to whoever's watching this video,
To the internet.
that there's some guy killing somebody. There's some man raping a woman. There's some man raping a little girl. There's some man killing a animal. And it's not killing an animal to eat, it's just killing an animal. I just think of all the bad shit that goes on in this world. And I ask myself, why in the fuck would I pray for someone to have mercy?
Yeah.
And I understand that, Christianity believes that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. The Romans didn't believe that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. The Jews didn't believe that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. So they persecuted him for his beliefs. And everyone else, they watched Jesus die on that cross. And that's cool. If that's what you believe, that's fine. And I'm not going to argue with you about your beliefs. But when I look at the world for what it is, like I'm thankful that I wake up every day and I take another breath.
Get to see your boys.
I get to see my boys. And that I'm still here. I'm alive for some reason, But can I say that I believe in like God or Jesus or? No, I don't. But when I see two people trying to kill each other because one's a black and one's a white, or because one has a different religious belief, come on, man. I'm supposed to be happy believing that there's someone up there that's watching down on us, and he's got my back.
For when I die. Just that topic right there, it offends lots of people.
And it's like, it's almost like, and I'm not saying that everybody, but people believe that, when you die, you want to be cleared of all your sins. Isn't it human to sin?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to repent them. You're supposed to repent. But in actuality, we're all sinners. Listen to the new Slayer song, Repentless. It totally describes everything. We are
Slayer, repentless.
We are repentless. And it's like, and I look at the way life is now and the way life was when I was your age and when I was your age, man, life, things are just so much more fucked up.
Yeah, currently, dude, I'm gonna bring up technology. You know how now technology, since it's a big thing, it has more of an effect on people now.
Right.
It's more dependent. It's more dependent than it ever was.
Look at how dependent everyone is when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
Like the news. You want to watch news, all you do is grab your phone and you click a button and it's right there in front of your face.
Yeah,
Look at what happened in Paris.
Yeah. See, now since that has happened, not much people want to go to concerts anymore.
You know what?
Look at 21 Pilots. They canceled their tour.
Look at this, man.
The rest of the Europe tour because of that.
I don't want to go to a movie theater because
of
what happened in
Denver or what.
Denver.
It has happened many more times before that,
but it's now it's like we're really paying attention to that because news travels so much faster, like the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
But when I think about all of the terrible shit that goes on in this world, and you ask me to pray to somebody,
A god? Or, yeah,
like,
Jesus.
you know, have mercy on these people, you know, forgive, you know, me of my sins, forgive me of this, forgive me of that.
Some people say when you pray for something you're gonna get it, but that's bullshit because people pray all the time, but do they get their dreams to come true? No.
Half the time, it's just luck.
I'm one of those people that I believe that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's an action and a reaction for everything you do. Like, let's just say you go to Kmart and you're grabbing yourself a new pair of jeans and a pair of socks and a pair of shoes. You walk in the door and you know where you're going, you know what you're going to get, and somebody bumps into you, and it's let's just say it's a beautiful woman, and you're like, oh my gosh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. And she looks back at you and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You ever think that happens for a reason? That the planets are aligned that way? That's how shit's supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Like, when I think of a miracle, I think of this. A child being developed in a woman's body. The point of conception, when that child is created. And all of the things that go into that. Miracles, when I believe in a miracle, that's a miracle. Okay? Divine intervention. Divine intervention is a bullet goes by your head. And it's this close to your head. And the minute that it goes past you, it could have killed you, but it didn't. Why didn't it not kill you? Was it not your time? And religious people believe that that's God's will. You weren't supposed to die at that time.
Yeah. It was just like a way to show you.
Mm-hmm. That's divine intervention. Okay.
We
Now,
turning?
No, I'm going straight.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, like, that to me, that's like a miracle. A miracle is when a baby is born. Like, okay, there's a due date. Okay, you're due the 27th of November. But honestly, nature sets that up. Nature has the ability to say that the seasons are going to change. And my personal belief that a child is born when it wants to be born. That child has a seed planted in it that says, okay, your water's going to break at this time. You're going to go into labor. You know, the mother's going to go into labor at this time, and boom, you're born. You're brought into this world. When I think of innocence,
Put the little scissors down this way.
mm-hmm. When I think of innocence, the only innocence left in this fucking world is a little baby
Or
that needs to be nurtured by a mother. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's the only innocence left in this world is a child, an infant. And it's like, holy crap, man. Or even at that, two little kids, like racism, like two kids that are the opposite color of each other. One little boy who happens to be a black kid. One little boy who happens to be a white kid, a little Asian kid. Do you ever think that those children, at that point in time, they don't see the color of each other's skin? They don't even have to speak the same language. At that point, the only thing that those children care about is what they're playing.
Yeah.
That's what I like to think. That to me is innocence. And you know, isn't that crazy? I mean, do I sound crazy saying that? But it's true.
It's like people, just for an example, like people, sometimes they're not able to express themselves.
I think I can express myself very well.
And like with racism nowadays, you're not born with that racism.
No, you learn it at home.
Yeah, it's
You're
like your mom
learning-
and dad like running around saying the N-word or like something worse like that, and they like to pick it up and then they want to be like their
Or
mom
the
and
people
dad.
around you. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Like, I remember as a little boy. I remember this as a little boy. To this day, I'll never forget that. I was about 4 years old, and I remember I had gotten woken up by a loud bang, and it was something that happened next door to us when I was a little boy. And we lived in a trailer park in Oklahoma. There was a black family that lived next door. And I remember this big truck pulled up, loaded with a bunch of goat ropers, pulls up, and they smashed into the side of these people's trailer. And there was a mother and a father, a little boy and a little girl. They were the only black family in the trailer. And like, looking at it, I didn't understand that. I didn't see, I mean, I remember that there were a lot of Native Americans in the trailer park and a lot of whites. But there were no blacks, there were no Hispanics, except for one black couple, black family. And I remember I peeked out the blinds and I kept hearing a really loud scream. And she was screaming bloody murder. And this man had her by her hair, and he kept calling her the N-word. He's all, "You stupid N-word, you stupid bitch, you're trash, you're worthless, you're this, you're that." And I couldn't believe that. I didn't know what the word meant, so it made absolutely no sense to me what he was saying to her, because I didn't know what the word meant. And I'll never forget that, because I remember the husband was like, "Leave my wife alone, leave my wife alone." And he never said anything negative to the guy. He never called him a son of a bitch or a bastard.
Hey, they got $5 large out carry out pizza fans.
And I'm like, what does that word mean? Well, anyway, I'll finish what I'm saying. Okay, so they beat the guy up, the husband. They beat him up. They beat the mom up. And I remember they took the little boy, and this grown man reached over, grabbed the little kid, called him the N-word, and said, "Die, you effing N-word." And he punched him. And the other two guys held the little girl and the father and the mother as he punched the little boy. That was the first time I ever witnessed racism. So I remember the next day, because I remember my stepfather at the time. He was a racist too, by the way. But he didn't like what he saw. He's just one of these people that didn't believe that you should mix races and all that.
Didn't your dad go outside with the gun and
So
shoot you?
my father, my stepfather, I should say, he had a 12 gauge gun, and he went in, and I remember I was crying because I felt bad for the family. And the other guys had this big cross, and they poured gasoline all over it, and they lit it, and they're like, "You effing, N-word. I hope you all fucking die." And I remember my stepfather took the shotgun, he walked out the door, slammed it, and all these goat ropers, these white trash goat ropers, started yelling at him, you nigger lovers. And like I said, I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what it meant. And the hatred that these people had for another person because of the color of their skin, it's not that it intrigued me because I didn't understand what it meant, but I knew that they didn't like these people for some reason. Well, anyway, so my stepfather, he cocked that thing, and I remember he put the shells in it, and he closed it, and he pulled it back, and he fired it up in the air. And at that point, everybody in that trailer park turned their lights on and ran outside. What the fuck is going on? And in that minute, I knew, even as young as I was, that these people were hated because of who they were. But I didn't know what the word nigger meant. I had no idea what the N-word meant. And my stepfather said, you guys need to get the hell out of here. This isn't right. Get the hell out of here. And I will never forget my mom, the compassion in her and the way she was trying to help. And the little boy's nose was broken, and the little girl was crying, and the mom was crying, and the dad was like, he felt like this tall. I mean, I know what I would feel if I was a father and I couldn't protect my kids from that. But I remember the next day, after all was said and done, I asked my sister, and I said, you know, what does that N-word mean? And she goes, oh, don't say that. That's a terrible, horrible word to say. You can't say that. And my sister, she's like, it's a way of, you know, basically degrading somebody because their skin color is different than yours. And I don't guess it was necessarily just that, but targeting one race of people. And, you know, even as I grew older, I always knew that regardless of how you are, how you plan, how you act every day, it doesn't matter what you do, because there's always going to be racism. Always. You can try and be a righteous person, a humble person, but just some races won't get along. I know that. I know that there's black people that don't like me because I'm white. But do I project that? No, I project that you hate me, that's fine. You don't even know me. You have no idea who I am. So we're here in deep in Jurupa Valley, and we're gonna go get pizza. We're gonna go home and eat it.
So are we gonna vlog the rest of this?
We might.
We might continue, but we'll definitely get this video out. Anyway, out of control,
Don't forget
Tim.
to subscribe for more content.
Hit the click the like button. Dylan.
Click the subscribe
Just
button.
Dylan, we'll just say that.
Click the like button too. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them. If you don't like me, I don't care.
You can talk shit to us.
You can talk shit to us. Check my website out, timothylpate.com.
We're planning to make a radio station maybe so people can just call in and
I just
talk
got to
shit.
get another computer to run the automation software.
Yeah.
Anyway, 5:31, Saturday evening here in beautiful Jurupa Valley, California. Peace.
Thank you for watching.